This video is brought to you by Volumio, makers of the ISA award-winning Primo. Click to volumio.org for more information.
What are we going to talk about today? Actually, a multitude of things. Behind me, you see a pair of Acoustics 3030i loudspeakers. I have made a video about those before. They are powered by a Peachtree Nova300 integrated amplifier. I've made a video about that before. Together, they sound absolutely superb. However, the Nova300 has an internal DAC. How am I feeding that? What am I using as a streamer? This is a very important question. Before I answer that question, I want to take us back to this little guy, the Chromecast Audio from Google. This streaming puck, which is now discontinued. And it's a big shame because this thing is amazing. Because you could do Chromecast to it, you could stream Roon to it, and it was crazy cheap. And it's got a mini Toslink out here, which you can see I've got connected like this. I did try for a while the Chromecast sort of video thing. Some of you will probably push this into a TV and then Toslink out of the TV into a DAC. I can't do that because I don't use a TV, I just use a projector, and the projector doesn't have a Toslink output. So to get Toslink out of this, we have to feed it into an HDMI splitter. So that this then takes the HDMI input, splits it into HDMI out and Toslink output, so that can go to my DAC and then that goes to my projector. Not a very elegant solution. So in the last little while, I've been looking for sort of an Apple TV type thing that has a Toslink out on it. And I found it last week. It's been out for a while. It's new to me. And this thing is called the Xiaomi Mi Box S. Here's the box, Xiaomi Mi Box S. And this is 52 euros in Europe. And it's, you know, this big. It's actually behind me here. It's sitting underneath that metal puck. People still ask me why I use the metal puck. It's to keep it on the desk, on the top, stop it sliding off the back from the cable weight. Anyway, the Xiaomi's about this big. And it has a mini Toslink output, just as the Chromecast Audio had. So what I've got here is I'm feeding my Xiaomi Mi Box S, its audio output, into the Peachtree DAC. The screen behind me is actually just taking the HDMI feed out of the Xiaomi box, because you need to have it connected to HDMI for the music to flow. Now some of you might be asking right now, why the hell has John got a little 10-inch screen hooked up to his Xiaomi? Well, because ordinarily if I'm using this, it's in the evening, it's dark outside, and I've got my projector running. But obviously we're filming in daylight today. The projector won't show anything. And I thought rather than just hook up like a 20-inch monitor or a 32-inch monitor, I would just get a little 10-inch thing and have it off the side. And you'll see why I've chosen that in a bit. So just to recap, the Xiaomi is the streaming heart of this system. It's going HDMI into the 10-inch monitor, and its Toslink output is going into the DAC amp on this side. So how do we stream to it? Obviously Chromecast. So we can use any app, Tidal, Qobuz, Spotify, whatever, and we just punch the Chromecast button in the top right corner, select the Mi Box as the output device, and it streams from the server direct to the Xiaomi box. The big downside of this is it's not gapless. Chromecast is not gapless. And that's kind of a deal breaker for me. However, if I'm using SoundCloud or Mixcloud, it's not, which is why my enthusiasm for Chromecast holds. Secondly, we can stream Roon to this Chromecast device, and because it has a display attached, we get a very nice looking now playing screen, and I think that's great. I think the way that 10 inches is more than enough. So all I've just asked, is it Roon ready? The answer is no. It's just Chromecast, but Roon can stream to Chromecast. And then if it's a TV style device, we get a nice now playing screen. Roon also tells us that if I take the volume down from the maximum, so anything but the maximum, DSP is engaged and we're no longer in the world of bit perfect, which is very important to many of you, I know. So I'm attenuating volume on this system, obviously using the Peachtree, and I've got the Xiaomi whacked up to full volume. One more thing, we have to remember that Roon is not an app that runs on this Xiaomi Mi Box S. Not at all, it's just streaming to the Chromecast portion of the code that runs inside the box. So what we're looking at here is the Roon now playing screen, but if I click this on the remote control, this is the main interface of the Xiaomi Mi Box S. So you can see it's just like an Apple TV or a Chromecast video. And look, we have Tidal. And Tidal's a bit different in this environment because from what I can tell, it's more focused on video playlists and showing videos, which I think is pretty cool. However, the real star of this show for me is Plex. So this is a playback client that is really like the Plex app that exists for Android. So not Plex Amp, but the Plex app. And you can see that obviously we have lots of video options as well as music, but that's Tidal music. That's the music on my local library, which is the most important thing for me. And I can play, you know, I can go and pick an artist like this, and you can see this is the artist screen, and we've got a bio there, we've got their albums, and then we've got the albums that exist on Tidal, and then some recommendations on Tidal below that, and then also some videos from Tidal. So if I want to search for something, it's not like the usual situation where you have to sort of key around a virtual keyboard. I can actually use voice control by talking into the remote control that comes with this device. So watch this. Aphex Twin. And you can see this is the now playing screen for Plex. Now what about other apps? Well, there is a Google Play Store available for this kind of Android device, but it's not the same as the Google Play Store for smartphones, for Android smartphones. Now obviously the 10-inch screen that I'm using here is not big enough to watch Netflix or Amazon Prime that I can do with this box. I'm using it strictly for music streaming, and it's a bit small for navigating from the listening position here, but really my idea was to have a screen that shows what's now playing. So it's good for now playing on Plex. It's even better for now playing on Roon because I don't even need to get out of my couch and do stuff with the Xiaomi remote control. However, I think the voice search on the Xiaomi is just great. So maybe I could just do it that way. I don't know, I mean, you can decide whether this really works for you. I could use a bigger computer screen if I wanted to. Again, you can decide what you want to take away from my showing you all of this. But above all else, I think this little Xiaomi Mi Box S is a terrific replacement for the Google Chromecast Audio, because obviously we can Chromecast into it as well, as do Roon, as do Plex, but I think this is more involved. But there is one more thing. So also on the back of this little Xiaomi is a USB socket. And can you guess what's coming next? Dragonfly. Or any USB DAC really can go into here. So I could route this with an analog cable into my Peachtree if I wanted to. So you can use this as a USB streaming DAC effectively. I think this is amazing. I mean, this thing's 50 bucks. So I think we found a successor to the Google Chromecast Audio that is better in all sorts of ways, especially functionality in having an HDMI interface to use. I said it before, I'll say it again, voice search, Roon now playing screen, and then the icing on the cake, a USB output for USB DACs. No, I haven't tried it with any other DACs other than the Dragonfly. So if you're thinking, well, what about this USB DAC? I don't know. But the thing is, this is the point. At 50 bucks, you can find out for yourself. You can buy one of these from Amazon. If you really don't like it or it doesn't work with your USB DAC, you can send it right back. Easy. You can do some work very easily here. And that's often my message with my videos these days is I tell you some stuff and then you have to go off, pick up the baton, run with it and do some work of your own. Do some investigative work of your own. Anyway. If you liked this video, if you thought it was useful, if you thought that, yeah, I could use one of these Xiaomi Mi Box S things, John, then please smash the like button below. If you like my attitude towards high-end audio, then subscribe to this channel. And as always, thank you ever so much for watching.